All right, welcome back. We are on Chapter 9, Lesson 6, 9.6, P165 homework. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Numbers 2, 3, and 4, we're essentially doing the same thing on each one. We want to add these two fractions, but before I do that, I want to change this tenths into hundredths. Okay, so I have to take 6 tenths and change it into an equivalent fraction, but one that has a denominator of 100. Okay, in order to go from a smaller number 10 to the larger number 100, I need to multiply. And whatever I multiply the denominator by, I'm going to multiply the numerator by the same thing. So 10 times what gives me 100? Well, if you know your math facts, 10 times 10 will give you 100. And then again, like I said, whatever I multiply the bottom by or the denominator by, I'm going to multiply the numerator by the same thing. So 6 tenths is equivalent to 60 hundredths. So now I can do 17 hundredths plus 60 hundredths. And now that my denominator is the same, I can make it the same all the way across, 100, 100, 100. And now I can simply add my numerators. 60 plus 17 is 77 hundredths. So again, you would do the same thing on 3 and 4. You would change 9 tenths into a fraction with a denominator of 100 by multiplying the numerator and the denominator. And number 4, you're going to change 7 tenths into a fraction with a denominator of 100, again by multiplying the numerator and the denominator, and then adding. If you need to rewind, don't hesitate. All right, let's go down to 5, 6, and 7. Again, they're all similar problems. The key for 5, 6, and 7 is you have to make sure you line up your place values and your decimal points. So I'm going to do number 7 here, and I'm going to start with 0.66 or 66 cents, or we could say this as 66 hundredths. So in the ones place, I have a 0, and then I have my decimal. Then in the tenths place, I have a 6, and in the hundredths place, I have a 6. And for 6 cents, my next number, I have again a 0 in the ones place. I line up my decimals. My decimals are right on top of each other, nicely lined up. In the tenths place on this number, I have a 0 in the tenths place and a 6 in the hundredths place. Now I'm ready to add. So first I add my hundredths. 6 hundredths plus 6 hundredths is 12 hundredths, or 1/10. 1/10 and 2 hundredths, which is the same thing as 12 hundredths. 1/10 plus 6 tenths is 7 tenths. I bring my decimal lined up straight down. 0 plus 0 is 0 ones. So my answer would be 72 cents. Okay. All right. Again, you would do 5 and 6 the same way. The critical part on those problems is making sure you line up your place values and line up your decimals. All right, number 8. Ned's frog jumped 38 hundredths of a meter. Then his frog jumped 4 tenths of a meter. So he jumped 38 hundredths. Then he jumped 4 tenths. So if he's jumping 38 hundredths and then jumping again, we know we're adding. He's jumping further. We're adding more to his distance. And how much more? 4 tenths more. Okay, now you've set up a problem. Sorry about that. Now you've set up a problem very similar to number 2, 3, and 4, where again we have to take this tenths, this fraction in tenths, and change it to a fraction with a denominator of 100 by multiplying the numerator and the denominator both by 10. So now we have 38 hundredths plus, and we've changed this 4 tenths now. 4 tenths we said equals 40 hundredths. And now we can keep our same denominator all the way across and just add our numerators. All right. I'm going to let you go ahead and do that. I'm going to move on to number 9. If you need to pause or rewind, don't hesitate. Okay, Kiko walks 5/10 kilometer from school to the park. Then she walks 19/100 kilometer from the park to her home. How far does Kiko walk? Well, Kiko is walking 5/10 from school to the park. Then she's walking more. Then she walks an additional, or we know we're adding, 19/100. So again, same thing we were doing on number 8 and number 2 and number 3 and number 4. We have to change this tenth into a fraction with a denominator of 100, an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 100. So again, we're going to have to multiply. And whatever we multiply the denominator by, we multiply the numerator by the same thing. I'm going to let you go ahead and do that on your own, and then get your final answer in terms of hundredths. Okay? All right, thanks again for watching, and I will see you on the next video.